Hey yo, the Minnesota Timberwolves are 0-2, and the Dallas Mavericks are looking to close them out at home. Let's go! What's cracking, y'all? It's your host, Most Requested, and welcome back to Talk That Talk. Yeah, y'all, the Minnesota Timberwolves have fallen down to 0-2 in the Western Conference Finals of the NBA playoffs, and it's not looking real good, man. It's not looking pretty good for them because the Dallas Mavericks, man, they look like they're working in all cylinders now. You know what I mean? Full steam ahead. So before I start, I want to do a little bit of housekeeping. Please don't forget to smash up the like, share this video, and when you ring the notification bell, select all so you can get updates every time I release new video content. I also have a sponsor, channel 11 Views. Please go ahead and support her platform. Go to her channel, hit the like button, share her videos, and like that help us grow our YouTube channel as well, and it'd be highly appreciated. Yeah, guys, let's get back to it. The Minnesota Timberwolves was hosting the Dallas Mavericks last night, and for the most part, they was playing a good game. And then after the third quarter, all hell broke loose, man. You know what I'm saying? They was looking tired. They wasn't making the right decision in passing the ball, and there was a whole lot of shit that happened, man. You know, a lot of bad calls. You know, few calls with the referees that favors the Dallas Mavericks, and I think if they would have given that call back to the Timberwolves, I believe that it would have been a win. You know, right now it would have been the series would have been tied. But nonetheless, it is what it is. So let's get to it, man. I think that, listen, they're talking about Rudy Gobert is the defensive player of the year. Man, I don't see it, man. I do not see it. But we'll get back to him in a minute. First, I want to cook on the coach, man, because the coaching staff, they did so many things wrong. They were supposed to call timeouts. They were supposed to do changing of the staff, of the players. There was a lot of missed matchups. It's all about matchups. I think that that Minnesota Timberwolves, they got really good players, but the coaching staff is not making the right matchups against the Dallas Mavericks. And the Dallas Mavericks, the great mind of Jason Kidd, he's recognizing this shit, and he's going for the gusto. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, all the last couple of minutes of the game, what the hell Rudy Gobert doing in no man's land with a shooting guard? Although Luka was playing yesterday as a point guard, but really he's really a shooting guard. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie was carrying the team as a point guard last night, and they decided to have Luka yesterday as a shooting guard, and that's what he was doing. So even though that you're the defensive player of the year, supposedly, quote unquote, what are you doing guarding a point guard? You're supposed to be by the paint, on the paint, trying to get rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Let somebody else cover this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something, man. Luka Doncic is not athletic like that, but he finessed his talent the way he can. You know, the best way he can. But compared to Rudy, oh man, no, he had Rudy out there doing crazy shit. He had Rudy out there looking crazy, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? He hit him. Listen, he hit this nigga with that skibbity boot, crossover, step back, ball game. Just like that. You know what I'm saying? So right there and there, you could tell that, yo, what are you doing? The coaching staff, they knew that they was going to use the pick and roll on Rudy Gobert, and you guys didn't adjust to that shit. If you know they're going to do the pick and roll to Rudy, double team the fucking guy. Listen, I'm not a basketball expert or nothing like that, but just watching the game, and I see that they're doing this over and over again. They was doing all these pick and rolls on Rudy to get him away from the paint, and guess what? Kyrie was like just lobbing the ball over the rim, and they had at least like 6 late alley-oop, and they was just smashing the ball in the rim. They was crushing the rim, and that was because Rudy Gobert was going for the okie-doke with the pick and roll, and he was getting away from his zone. So right there, man, like, and I can see it was just fatigue and tiredness, and you don't think right. So you got to give credit to the Dallas Mavericks in executing on the third and the fourth quarter. Although the game was pretty close in the last couple of minutes, but and they was playing with house money. You know, Dallas Mavericks, they was playing with house money because they already had won the first game. Although almost at the end, it was a tie score. Well, I think there was it was not a tie score. The Timberwolf was up by 1, and Dallas says, "Hey, you know what? We're not going to tie this shit up, man. We're not going to tie it up. We're going to win this game. We want to win this game." You know, Timberwolf was up by 2, and Dallas says, "Nah, we're going for the gusto, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going for all the marbles." You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened. They inbound the ball, and they knew that Rudy was going to cover Luka because supposedly he's the defensive player of the year. Yo, at that point, you don't need. Listen, every time. I remember in the last series when they was playing against the Nuggets, they had Rudy out because they had Karl Anthony Towns covering the Joker, and that works even better. I think that Karl Anthony Towns is more athletic than Rudy Gobert, and he probably could have stayed with all that crossover and all that shit that this nigga did. You know, Luka did. So, you know, that's one of the main things that you got to take under consideration. Although this guy is, they mention him defensive player of the year, I don't see it. You don't need to be out there covering no damn point guard. You know what I'm saying? Your job is to get rebounds and be on the paint. So I'm looking at something, man. I'm looking at the bench of the Minnesota Timberwolves. These niggas have 6 people, man, in the DL list. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't even play. So the bench is already short. Their bench is already short. And they're running the Ant-Man crazy because Ant-Man started talking crazy about, oh, I'm going to get Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie is mine. And Kyrie was like, oh, nigga, you want this smoke? All right. Bet. I give you the smoke. So this nigga, Kyrie, went, you know, he didn't took it personal, he says, but he took it as motivation. So guess what? Kyrie went out there with the Pocahontas, man. With the Pocahontas. And hit these niggas. Bam. All the time. He was cooking these niggas with the Pocahontas. So there you have it. Now they gotta go back to Dallas. And I don't think that Minnesota is gonna survive this series, man. You know what I'm saying? You can tell the Ant-Man was exhausted, was tired, but yo, you gotta reach deep, you know what I'm saying, and get some more energy, find the energy, and find something. Because if you're only 22 years old, my nigga, and you haven't played all these series to be this tired, come on, bro. So I think that he's mentally tired because he was making bad choices. He was making bad decisions, you know, in passing the ball. So yeah, that's that, guy. You know, don't forget to hit the like, man. Don't forget to smash up the like, share my video, and you know, help me support my channel. But listen, Another thing that happened that I really don't fucking like, man, it was about the referee calling, man. I think it was like 2.5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, maybe less than that. I don't remember. I don't recall. But I remember that Ant-Man had the ball by the baseline, and he was trying to like get the ball away, keep the ball away from Kyrie, and Kyrie just smacked the shit out of Ant-Man's hand, and the ball went out of bounds. So the referee sees the ball goes out of bounds, and he calls the ball out. But he called the ball out on Kyrie. And this is how smart the Dallas Maverick staff and coaching staff is. They knew the rules. So once they knew that the referee called the ball was out, because they thought that the ball was out because Kyrie hit it, and they knew that it was a foul, that Kyrie hit the guy because they was right there, right in front of Dallas bench. They challenged the call. So in the rule books, it says that they cannot change that call, even if it's a foul. You know what I'm saying? They gotta say they gotta go with whatever the referee says. But if the referees got it wrong, that somebody hit the ball out of bounds, even though it was a foul, the ball still belongs to the Dallas Maverick, because it went out of these niggas' hand. Out of the Timberwolf hands. That doesn't make any sense. If you're gonna stop the game, and try to get the call right, You can see it right there in black and white. I mean, in full color, 4K. You can see it in 4K that Kyrie fouled the nigga. So why don't you just change it right there and there? But that's the rules right now in the NBA, and I'm pretty sure that the NBA is going to take a look at that and they're going to smash that shit. They got to change that stupid ass rule. That rule sucks, because although the Dallas didn't score in that possession, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they didn't score in that possession, because it took time off the clock. Then it changed the trajectory of the game, because they went all the way to the other side of the Timberwolf court. Then the Timberwolves have to bring their ball back. I suppose that if they would have served the ball from the baseline, they would have a chance to score the bucket, or 3 points, 2 points, maybe a foul. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So right there, it was, that's the conundrum that I'm struggling with. That why they didn't say, you know what, guys, I know this is the rules, but let's make it fair. Let's make it right. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit was fucked up. But the referee, for once in their fucking life, they stuck by the rules. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. So it was no home cooking. There was no home cooking today. For the Minnesota Timberwolves. And beware of the Wonder Kid, Ramadan Kyrie, hands of the merchandise, Dallas in 5. Until then, don't forget to talk that talk. I'm out.